Good morning. It is bright and early, nice and sunny. Got up at 6:45 so I could go outside on a walk at the park by 7. Done with my walk, did some stretches, did a little bit of running. And what's on my mind this morning is the sense of perfectionism during this journey of life. The perfectionism that we have where we're constantly thinking, is what I'm doing okay in the moment? Is it valid? Is it actually bringing me closer to where I want to be? Is it actually worth it? It's actually worth it given how long it's going to take. It's going to take a long time. Feel that. Feel that soreness. Feel that tightness. It's going to take a really long time to change. Think of all the past. Think of the past. Think of how everything happened. Think about how you got to this place. Do you really think that you could be any different? Do you really think that you could change? Do you really think that you're meant to, given everything you've had to go through in life? Or you think you should just be nice to yourself and admit that what you want isn't just for you, right? That's the kind of things that go through my head. That's the kind of things that go through my head. And it all starts with perfectionism. And the only way, I really want to experience this life lesson and feeling of being able to be like, I overcame something. I want to develop the parts of my character that are able to do the opposite. Like right now I'm really good at being compassionate and rationalizing as to why something is not necessary, not compatible for me, all these things, right? And that's important too. I'm really good at that. What I'm not good at is being able to coach and support myself through the difficult things of something that actually is compatible with me. And it just takes growth and transformation and patience and a different kind of mindset. So that's what I'm trying to grow into. And this perfectionistic mindset, I think some of it is kind of like just an overactive mind, the habitual mind, just the kind of things we tend to think of. It's like, I'm out here walking, there's not much to do, I'm by myself, so but I'm really wanting to learn how to, well, if those thoughts are there, I'm going to learn how to combat them, how to think differently, and it'll help in other areas of my life or other circumstances where these kind of narratives might pop up. Because the question is, what are my actual limits? I'm like, what, like, I'm really, really curious. I'm curious. What am I capable of when I am actually my own best friend and supporting myself instead of my own worst enemy and preventing myself? Like, since I have gotten past this fear of like testing what my limits are, what I'm really capable of, because I've kind of accepted my advantages and my disadvantages, and I'm just more self-aware and self-accepting than I was because of that. And now that I'm excited to be like, okay, so I like myself base level, I am excited about everything I'm capable of experiencing, the gifts that we all, whoever we are, however we are, we all have wonderful gifts. We all have our advantages and disadvantages, but when we're so aware of our disadvantages, we also got to be aware of our advantages and be like, that's the lens that we can find our joy and the things that just make living life worthwhile. So I'm really curious, like, living through my advantages, what am I capable of? What can I experience? How far can I go with this? And just being like, life is meant to experiment and explore with. So why not? Why not? And yeah, I think it's perfectly good also. Like, walking this morning, having these perfectionistic thoughts. It's perfectly good also to just be kind of like this feeling of being defiantly proud. Like, no, I will be proud of what I'm doing. I will be proud of the efforts I'm putting in, because I have this voice that's like, oh, you're not running enough. Oh, you're not feeling the emotions, the thoughts you're supposed to be feeling. And I just have to go, actually, what I'm doing is enough. I'm out here early in the morning. I'm walking, stretching, breathing in the fresh air, just settling into my body. I'm enjoying nature. I'm soaking in vitamin D into my eyeballs. I'm getting my circadian rhythms nice and juicy so that I'll be able to go to sleep better. And I'm setting my future self up for better sleep, better health. So I don't really need to push myself that much. And it's just a patience factor. It's just patience and finding ways to bridge the inevitable future, the future that, if you like the idea of all this quantum physics timeline stuff, where it's like everything has already happened. If you're looking at it from like a story narrative perspective, where it's like you can just flip through the book, everything's already happened, it's just where are you reading at that part of the story. Well, the part of the story that I already know I'm gonna be super healthy, I'm gonna be able to run far, I'm gonna be all strong and feel great in my body, and all the finer details of what I'm looking for. I already know that's gonna happen. It's happened. I just have to bridge the boring gap. Like, if I know the end of the story, I just have to bridge the boring gap between now and then, with just being faithful, just being kind of a passenger on this ride, in a ways of just being faithful and persistent and consistent with the things that my future self is doing. What is that future self doing? And what can I do now? What can I do now that it is in that vein and progressively works up to more? So, yeah, that's what's on my mind this morning. Change is a human birthright. Change, we're always changing, and changing intentionally. Just, I think it feels more difficult when we change intentionally sometimes, because there's these old thoughts of programming that make us feel like doubtful. So it's not so much the change that is difficult, it's more the learning to overcome and process and work with and manage and identify these self-sabotaging thoughts. That is more the challenging part, and the spiritual journey underlying the process of transformation. But it's a rite of passage. It's an essential part of being human, and I'm here for it, and you are here for it, and together we are learning this really exciting part of being a human that maybe I know I never realized that this could be for me, this part of the journey, and I'm excited that it is. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.